So in this job I've got a handle to shorten. Now you've seen, well I hope you've seen some of the videos I've been doing recently, one with some kitchen stuff. Well, this is a bit more kitchen stuff but up my street. This has got to go on a cupboard that's narrow. These are the handles they got, but they can't get a short one. So what I'm going to do is going to cut it there, which I'll probably just do with an angle grinder, and then I'll put it in the lathe and machine the face off so it's this end. And I'm hoping these unscrew. I can't think they're done any other way. So that's the first thing. Take these off if they come off. And then I'm going to have to machine flat and probably, I'd imagine, well let's have a look, shall we? Got a pair of these pliers. If you've never seen these before, they're designed for gripping round surfaces, so ideal for this, and they do it with next to no damage. Oh, there we go. That looks like M10 thread. Not very great, but as long as it goes in there again, I'm sure that'll be fine. So I can reuse that. So let's see if this one will come out. No, that one's not going to come out. Right, well, I'll leave that in there. I can manage to do everything with it in place, luckily, I think. Right, yeah, as you can see, there's next to no markage on him. Yeah, the fact that won't come undone is not the end of the world. We now know that it's got machined bore and a thread, so I can recreate that here. Right, off camera I'm just going to cut this with an angle grinder. You don't really need to see that. And then I'm going to put it in the lathe and face the end off. So, having missed me finishing that off because I forgot to press the record button, I finished it off with a file on the edge, and you can hopefully see came out quite nicely. Right, so we've got to drill the hole like this one here. First thing first. Let's see what we've got in diameter wise. 9.5. Okay. Let me go and find something as close as I can to that. Okay, so I've used the DRO, found the edge, centred it. I've put it in the vise and I've squared it up simply by ironing it up basically with the jaws of the vise. Straightforward enough and accurate enough for what I need. So, pilot hole, drill the hole. Now, I'm not a lover of stainless steel. Love the finish of it, but stainless steel just so frigging hard. But if I'm going to do it, I've got to do it. So here we go. I haven't got any cobalt drills, so I'm going to have to use stainless steel. So I've lined it up. I've got my measurement in to the centre of this hole, and that's 30mm. Nice wholesome number. I've got a centre drill, and I'm going to mark it loads of oil. I'm going to use the knee. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. So I'm going to swap this out for a drill. I might go straight for a 5mm. Got my drill bit in place, and I've got this bar is about 11mm, so I'm not going to go any deeper than 10. So I've set my zero on my knee. I've basically just set the tip of the drill bit level with this by eye. That should be accurate enough. Yeah, so that's how deep the hole is. So I'm going to go in 10mm. That should be more than enough for this, because that is nowhere near 10mm. That's not even 5. So let's do this. Oil, 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 go. Okay. So I'm going to drill this now, and carbide mill, and I don't know if you can see or not, but the seat in here is actually a taper, despite the fact this is not. So I've measured from the crest of the bar to the top of the taper, and that measures 3.7mm. So I'm just going to go just over 3.8, because this has got a very slight taper on the edge, so it might just go in just a little bit further. I don't think it's going to be that crucial, but I'm reckoning about 3.8mm. So I've got the mill. What I'm going to do is just going to touch off, zero my knee, and then I'm going to, well, plunge in, and hopefully that'll be okay. Again, loads of oil. So let's touch off. Right, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So, next step, tap. So I've got my starter tap in. There we go, look, there you are. I've got the belt off the mill so I can spin it by hand. You can just see that tap spinning. Hopefully, just by hand, I should have enough to do it. If not, at least I can get it started and then use a proper tap driver. So let's see how this works out. Once I've done with the starter, I'll go in with a bottoming tap, but well, that didn't go very well. I wonder if that bottomed out straight away. Quite possibly. That's going to be a bummer, isn't it? Right, no point dwelling on it. Let's change that tap over. So I've got a bottom tap, and we'll see how that works. It's quite a shallow hole, so I've got the belt off the mill, by the way, and I'm just turning the spindle on the belt pulley by hand. Oh, that's slipping already. I don't know whether that's bottomed out or not. Bit reluctant to take it out, but I don't see how else I'm going to check. Let me just run it in there again and just see what happens. Yeah, I think that's it. Right, okay, well, next thing is pull it apart and see what it looks like. Right, let's get that out of focus. Well, there we go. That's actually worked out really well. I'm quite pleased with that. Got a little bit of deburring to do round here, but that's worked out quite nicely. So I can clean it up with a bit of brake cleaner and then see if the handle will screw in. Let's hope so. Right, I've put it back in the milling machine because I was just about to fit this, but I realised that the thread doesn't quite go to the bottom, as you can see. so I'm convinced this is going to bottom out on the thread before it bottoms out on the seat. So I'm just going to get a larger drill, just touch that in there. Maybe that's why they just drilled this as a taper, because they weren't convinced anyway. So I think I might be doing the same thing. Anyway, right, let's take this back out, put a drill in, just give that a quick touch. Right, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but just taking off the first couple of threads. So, right, clean this up again. So, blobber Loctite on here. Not going to put much on. And we'll wind her in, I think. There I have it. I think I'll just go around it with a bit of Scotch Brite and I'll fit it to the cabinet. I'll see you in a minute. So, just coming to fit the handle, I've measured the handle between screw centres and that works out at 41.7. So I divided that by 2, give me that. So I know how far they are from the centre. The door itself measures up at 147, so I divided that by 2, so that gives me the centre of the door. So I'm just going to mark the centre of the door. So I've measured up the centre of the door and then the 2 distances out from each side. So now I've got my drill points, so I'm going to drill the holes, fit the handle. I hope I got it right. Right, moment of truth. So there we have it, a lovely little handle fitted, and they match all the other handles in the kitchen. So with that, I'll end the video here, and please subscribe, ring the bell, do all that kind of YouTube stuff, you know what I mean. And thanks for watching. Ta-da. Thank you.